Hello everyone. My name is Hadlife Muhamba from Hadidi Coach International. Welcome once more to Hadidi Coach TV, a channel which empowers job seekers like you who's listening to get their dream jobs. So thank you very much for your support. We have reached over 7,000 YouTube subscribers. If you are new, this is the channel to be. Then for our recurring subscribers, thumbs up. I really appreciate. So today, we want to talk about what recruiters look for from a candidate during an interview. It's very, very exciting. And if you use these tips and tricks, you are gonna get your job very, very soon. All right, so let's get straight to it. Number one, recruiters are expecting a candidate to know about the company that he or she is being interviewed. All right, knowledge about the company is one of the things that recruiters look at from you as a candidate. So before you get to the interview, whether it's virtual or it's physical, remember, research about the company. Know about their mission. Know about the vision. Know about the goals. Know about their strategic plans. Know about their pain points. All right. So, remember, visit the company's website. Visit www.google. Then Google about the company. You will know a lot about what they are doing or where they want to go as a company. You know, there are publications as well that you can look for, even on the website, so that you know the company inside out. Because if you know about the company and if you know what they do, you can now say, where do I fit in? All right. Even during the interview, you can have actually, say to the panel, I've seen that you have launched product X. So if I were to be employed by you guys, I will help to add value to the launch of this product in this way, because that is what I have done in the past. And probably it has increased sales or increased profit. Now you're telling the panel that you have knowledge about what the company is doing in the market. You can even tell them how they can outwit the competitors. All right, by the launch of that certain product. So if you know about the company, even what you suggest in terms of the value that you can add, it's aligned to what the company does. Because if you're offsiding what the company does, you're going to suggest things that the company will say, okay, wait a minute, is this guy serious? Okay, so it is very, very important to know about the company. And it's one of the things that the interview panel, when they are ranking your performance during an interview, they will be saying knowledge about the company 1 out of 5, 0 out of 5, 2 out of 5. Okay. Number 2, which is very, very important, know the job description. All right. So if you look at the job description, like the standard job spec, it includes the overall summary of the type of job that you're applying for. Secondly, it includes key responsibilities, deliverables. Okay. Then third, it includes core competencies and skills. Then lastly, normally it includes your educational qualification. So those are the 4 key areas that a job spec have. So the onus is on you to check each and every area and to look at how your skills, your experience, your qualifications match what they're looking for. And one rule of thumb is, in terms of recruitment, if you meet 65% of the job requirements, we are going to shortlist you for an interview. But it's up to you to convince us in the interview that you're the right person for the job. So know the job spec. Why am I saying so? Because what the company is looking for in a candidate, it's all compiled in a job spec. All right. So if you know the job spec, it's a plus for you. because you're going to align every response that you have to the job spec. If they say, why should we hire you? You can say, okay, you're looking for someone who's got a bachelor's degree, maybe in marketing. And say, okay, I've got a bachelor's degree in marketing, and on top I've got a digital marketing certificate from maybe Harvard, for example. Okay, I've just talked about Harvard because it's one of the things that obviously if you have gone to Harvard, you say, okay, I'm a Harvard graduate. But you can talk about digital marketing certificate from Udemy, Treehouse, you name it. But what is important is you are aligning your response to the job description. Even if you are preparing for an interview, it's important to look at the job description, look at what you have, then you highlight, have your highlighter in place, then you highlight the key assets that you have vis-a-vis what the company is looking for in a job spec. Make sense? So know the job description inside out. Number 3, and very, very critical, is that know your CV. I've been in interviews whereby the candidate doesn't even know their CV. And it's very, very surprising and shocking. Because, some, candidates, they just give CV writers to do their CV and they do not proofread, the CV. And maybe in the CV, there are things there that are written that, are not exactly what you've done before. There are achievements that, other people can just put or throw there in the CV. But if you were asked to say, elaborate on how you achieved this, you cannot, do it. Why? Because maybe you didn't achieve that thing, or maybe you didn't even concentrate to say, how did I do this? So it is very, very important to know your CV inside out. So don't assume that you know your CV. Research. Sorry, I don't want to say research. I'm saying read through your CV to understand it so that you are not caught off guard during the interview. All right? If there are employment gaps, be prepared to explain employment gaps, because as a recruiter, those are some of the things that I'm looking at to say, okay, there are gaps there. What were you doing? All right? But all around is part of knowing your CV. All right? Then if there is a job experience which is not clear on a CV, they're going to ask you. So don't just throw things there. You have to strategically put certain things in a certain way. But knowing your CV, we cannot overemphasize it. It's one of the things that we're going to look for in a CV. If you write fluent in Afrikaans, and maybe if you were lying on a CV, I'll say count from 1 to 10 in Afrikaans, and if you can't, that's a red flag. So don't just throw things there in the CV, because it's one of the things that as a recruiter I'm looking for during an interview. All right. Then number 4, we are going to look at your communication skills. So communication skills, whether it's virtual or physical, communication skills are one of the things that we look at during an interview. Your general writing, all right, if you are doing it virtually, so obviously we are looking at, don't sit, like in terms of where there's a window behind you, because your general lighting, is not in place. If it's a physical, now obviously because of the pandemic, we can not talk about shaking hands, but now probably things will go back to normal and people shake hands once more. So it is very, very important in how you shake hands, how you do eye contact, because those are your communication skills during an interview. So those are one of the things that recruiters, they're looking for. Right? So the way that you dress, you are communicating. All right? So it is very, very important to know the type of interview that you're going for and the type of dressing that you're supposed to put, because you are communicating. And mind you, someone said 95% of our communication is non-verbal. So you are communicating even before you start speaking. So what do? You make sure that your non-verbal cues are on point. The way that you sit on a chair, you're communicating. Some may even roll their chairs during an interview. Some they're slouching and stuff. Some they don't want to sit up straight. So remember that you are communicating, and non-verbal communication is one of the things that we look at during an interview. So these are 4 key areas that I've talked about today. There are a lot. In the next video, I'll be talking about key competencies that recruiters look for during an interview. Thank you very much for watching. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to our channel. Let's grow our network. Thank you very much. And I say, as always, God bless you.